Hey guys, what's up? Shin0555 here, coming at you with another video. And today's video, I want to talk about the dock for the Odin 2 and the Odin 2 Mini. So, we have a very nice looking, sleek dock here. And one reason why I want to talk about it is because I don't see anyone really talking about this thing when I look at reviews for the Odin 2. Because I don't think a lot of people got this, because you do have to buy it separately, and it is quite expensive. I think it's like $80 or $100. It's quite expensive, but I definitely think it's worth it if you have an Odin 2, and I want to talk about it. But before we jump in the video, remember to like, comment, subscribe, share the video. That really helps me out, and I do appreciate all the support. And other than that, but before we jump into this dock, I do want to take a second and look at the Odin 1 Super Dock, just because this thing is a mess and it's kind of crazy and I like it. As you can see here, this is the Odin 1 dock. It's quite big, and yeah, it's a monster. So basically, this is if you had the Odin 1, or I think if you got the Odin 1 total package, which I did when it went up. And it does what it needs to do. You could put your Odin 1 in here. It has a bunch of USB, HDMIs. It has a bunch of HDMIs. It has a USB-C cable, so you could charge it while your device is on here. It has an internet port in the back. And the coolest thing about this dock in particular, and the one reason why I like it a lot, is it actually has... you can see on the front here and on the side. On the front, it has Nintendo 64 controller support, and on the side, you have 2 GameCube controller inputs, which is insane. So you can actually take a physical Nintendo 64 or GameCube controller, plug them in here, and they actually work. It just works. It's actually super cool. So that's one really cool thing about this this dock. Also, you can actually unscrew the back and put a hard drive in here for extra storage, which is also pretty cool. But I just thought I'd mention it, just because I had it. I honestly never use this thing anymore, because I actually don't even really play the Odin 1 all that much anymore, unfortunately. Mainly because the Odin 2 is just so much like the Odin 1, just better. So anyway, that was the dock. I did want to mention it, just to bring it out, because I don't think I've ever talked about it, and I don't think I'd ever talk about it again. So I just wanted to just take a second to talk about that. But this is what I really want to talk about today. This is the Odin 2 Super Dock. This thing is so good. One thing that makes it good is how small it is. Again, comparing to this one, this, you would not want to take it with you on a flight or a trip. It is way too fucking big. This, on the other hand, is very sleek, very slim. It's not big at all, and it pretty much has everything this one is, except without the GameCube and Nintendo 64 controller support, obviously. But other than that, you get an HDMI output on the back, an internet input on the back as well, along with the USB-C charger. So again, when you plug it in and charge your device while it's on it, this thing also works even if you aren't charging your device. So it could run off the Odin 2's just base power, which is also really cool. You get 4 USBs on the sides here, or 2 here and then 2 on this side. And yeah, it works really well. And the coolest thing about this is this part will actually come up. So you can take this part off, and as you can see here, I'll just pull this out. It has room for an SSD. You do have to buy a specific SSD. I think it's a 0.2 SSD to make it actually fit into here. But I got a 1 terabyte one recently, and it is honestly fantastic. And I didn't realize how much I would like using the dock so much, and that's actually kind of one of the reasons why I want to make the video. And if I actually look at what I'm doing, I could put this in here easily. Come on, there we go. The one weird thing is when you put it in, the SSD will want to pop up. They do have these like little circle things at the end here, so you could put something in and then like turn it to keep it down. But it doesn't really matter that much, because once you put the like lid back on it, it'll just keep it in place. So it's nothing too crazy. But what is cool is once it's in there, you have access to it. So when you take your Odin 2 here and put it on the dock, it will connect to the SSD, and it'll, honestly, it works like a having like an SD card in your phone. That's kind of the way it'll pick it up. But the coolest thing for this application is, because of course you could store more games on it. So if you have a 1 terabyte SSD like I do, you can put games in it. The only thing you need to do is when you open up the emulators is either add a new directory for the games, or you'd have to load the games like individually. So you'd have to go to like the folder. It's a little different in each emulator, but basically you just have to go to where you have the game saved on the SSD and just access it from there. And it works fine. I've tried it. It works great. But the thing I really want to talk about are the fact that you could put movies on the SSD and then play them on here. And that is awesome, because anytime I play with my Odin docked like this, it's always connected to the TV. Just because, obviously, it will be connected to the TV. If not, I'd just be playing it in handheld mode. But I do want to turn this on, and actually, I will take a second. I'll just go there myself. I would do this the other way, but it'd be too confusing. My monkey brain would not be able to handle that. But yeah, you just go to the Odin, and then, again, I put a bunch of movies on this device. So let's find one that'll just play. I'll even turn the volume off. Oh, here's a classic. Here is a fucking classic. Goes with the mat I'm using. So I got the Digimon movie playing. The 2000s Digimon movie. Greatest piece of cinema ever created. But, yeah, it just plays on the device, and it is running it off the SSD. The Odin is looking at the SSD that's connected to it, and just playing the movie off of there. And that is awesome. So, this device comes in, like, so clutch, when, like, the power goes out. So actually recently, the power went out in my house the other day. It only went out for like a minute or two, then it came right back. But when it was out, I was able to put my Odin on the dock and actually watch a little bit of a movie. And it was so cool because, again, you don't need external power. It can run off the Odin 2's power. And, yeah, so it gives you extra time to, like, watch some movies, some shows, and I think that's the coolest part of this application, especially with the dock, is putting on shows and movies as like MP4s on there. It comes in so clutch. And like this would be great if you're traveling, like if you're using like going on like an airport or traveling somewhere, like on a flight or a train. And it's so great because the dock is so small, it's so portable, you can keep it in a bag. And you just pull it out, and if you have that SSD in there, and like with a bunch of movies saved on it, it's like you don't need internet, you don't need like external stuff, it just works. And it's so cool. It is so unbelievably cool that it works that way, and it looks great. Yeah, so anyway, I just want to do my little review on the Odin 2 Super Dock here. I think it's a wonderful thing. I don't see a lot of people talking about it, but I would highly recommend if you got an Odin 2 or an Odin 2 Mini to pick this thing up as well. It's super handy to have, and it makes this thing feel like the Switch. It's and like using the docked experience is not as seamless as the Switch, because if you're going to say like you're playing a Switch game on here, you'd have to put it on, have it like plug into the TV, all that stuff, but then you'd have to like probably sync up the controls, like remap the controls to like the external controller you're using. So it is a little bit more work than a Switch, but it is fairly seamless. But yeah, it works so great. So anyway, guys, those are my thoughts on the Odin Super Dock here. Great add-on to have for your Odin 2. And let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from you. Other than that, I'm Shin0525. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next time. Okay, thanks, bye. Later.